hope you had a nice weekend. So before we start with today's topic, we're gonna make a small review to see if there are any questions from last class, okay? So last class we talked about the past continuous, and are there any questions regarding this topic? We're here? No? Okay, so I'm just gonna explain it one more time and we're gonna go through some examples, okay? Can someone tell me what's the first step to make the past continuous? To have the verb to be yes in past. Okay, so we know that unlike present, we only have two, was and were. In present, we have am, is, and are. Okay, so this is the first step. Now we have a plus, and what do we do here? The verb, okay, the verb in infinitive. That would be, let's say, run. And then an ing is added, okay? Running. Now, do you guys remember what happens when you have this kind of word over here? You add an N, correct. It's spelled differently. Correct, I am running. That's good. So now, can someone give me some other examples for the past continuous over here? You were eating cereal last night. That's a good one. And just another one. You were doing exercise yesterday. Those are good examples. Yeah. So just remember this simple formula for the past continuous. It'll be really helpful when you need to start writing different things. And just remember to use it, okay? Correct. So now we're gonna have some reading activities and writing activities. This is why we checked this grammar point last time. So today we're going to talk about a Danish author. His name is Hans Christian Andersen. You may know him for his famous short story, The Ugly Duckling. Has anyone heard about that one? Yeah, it's pretty famous. So his stories are full of insight and we benefit a lot from everything that he wrote. In the Western world, he is really renowned for everything that he did, okay? So, the story we're gonna be reading today will be the little girl from the matches, okay? So, this is a story about a little girl that is poor and is selling matches on Christmas Eve, but we don't know yet what's gonna happen to this girl, and we're gonna read to find out. So, after I give some instruction, can everyone just take out your small copy from the little match girl that I handed out previously, and also you'll need the rubric and handout I gave, okay? So, first, let's talk about the structure of a short story, okay? So over here, you have the introduction, then imagine just this line going up. This is the plot, the conflict, whatever you want to call it. Over here we have the climax. And then it goes down to resolution. Okay, so what does this all mean? The introduction is where you learn the name of your main character, probably their antagonist. In our short story, there won't be an actual antagonist. But the introduction also states the place, the time, everything that you need to learn for you to have a good mental image of what you're going to be reading about. Afterwards, you have your main plot, the main conflict. You'll see your main character struggling to become, acquire something, have something, and that is what the story is about. But now, when the character is actually going to have that thing and there are only few things that stand in his or her way, it'll be called the climax. This is the point when there is much tension in the story, and afterwards it just goes down to resolution, like that. It it tells us whether the character achieved what he or she was looking for or not. Okay, good. So what's gonna happen is I am gonna read a fourth of the whole reading with you guys. We're gonna read it all together, and as we read, you're gonna mark in the copy what part of the short story is it. Okay? So I'm gonna read the first fourth, and afterwards you guys are gonna be divided in three groups, and each group will read another fourth of the story. Afterwards, I want one from group 1, group 2, and group 3 to get together and get all mixed so we can read it faster, get the main idea of what we are doing. And once it's done and once you mark your parts of the story, you're going to highlight some new vocabulary words that you haven't learned. And afterwards, I would like you guys to um, together make another short story of your own in those same groups of three. And at the end of the class, I'd also like you guys to write an alternate ending to this short story, okay? So, do you guys have any questions of what we're gonna do? Okay, let's get started.